In the month of February, I'm going to do a series called Intentional Dating as a Christian Woman, and this is the first video. I want you to know, I want this video to serve as encouragement that your love story is already written. If you're new here, welcome to Heal the New Sexy, where we discuss all things healing, self-love, and relationships. My name is Cynthia, and I am a licensed therapist. I know how discouraging it can be as a single Christian woman out here in these streets. It's hard out here in these streets, okay? But I want to encourage you, like when in the Bible, it talks about there's a time and a season. Our singleness is just for a season, right? It's just for a season. Sometimes, and I don't know how long you've been single, you may feel like, God, when is it going to be my time? It's taking forever. I just want to give you two things that you need to be doing in this time. The first thing is that you need to be maximizing your single season. Now, I know you're probably tired of hearing this because people be like, you need to travel, you need to explore yourself, you need to heal, you need to do this. The main thing I think that single women need to do in our single season is that we need to really be focused on falling in love with God and getting to know who He is for real. For me, particularly in this season, I'm learning who God is as my Father. I grew up knowing a legalistic God. Let me tell you, y'all, and I'm not trying to be funny, okay? But I felt like if I breathed wrong, I was going to hell. Them people had me scared. I just, I grew up legalistic. I grew up as God as Lord, but not as Father, right? And that leads me to this. The Bible talks about God. It says, if your fathers being evil know how to give good gifts, how much more will your Father in heaven do? How much more will God do as it relates to your marriage? I want you to know that. I want you to believe that. And I want you to be encouraged. Get to know, take this time to really get to know who God is for yourself. Study your Bible. Get around like-minded women and men who can support you on your journey. Be mindful of what you're consuming, what you're watching, right? Sometimes some of the information online is really unhealthy. It's toxic. There'll be women who talk about, well, being married ain't all that, but you married. But you married. So why are you discouraging me and you married? Don't listen to that, okay? I believe that marriage is a beautiful thing. I believe that you have to be balanced in your desire for marriage because you don't want to make it an idol. And I believe that a lot of women have made marriage an idol. So if we know and understand and we fall in love with God, He's going to provide all of our needs, right? But we have to be sure that we don't make marriage an idol. We have to be sure that we are purposeful during this time, that we're maximizing this season, that we have hobbies, that we have interests, that we are doing the things that we're supposed to be doing during this season of time, whether it's going back to school to get another degree, launching the business, launching the school, writing the book. I really feel like the more not busy, but the more purposeful I am, it feels like the time just goes. I'm not lonely. I'm not focused on, I don't have a man. I'm not focused on that because I'm purposeful and I'm fulfilled. So the more purposeful you are during this season, the more fulfilled you are. I believe often what happens for many women is that we do all the things they tell us to do. You go to school, you get a good job, you get a good career, you start making money, you're active in church, and then you just start sitting like a duck because you're like, okay, I did everything I was supposed to do. Where's my husband coming, God? Where he's at? Where is he at? And I think there's more that God wants for you. There's more that He desires for you. So you've stopped moving, and God's like, he up here, he up here, but you back here. So can you come on, right? God may be sending a promotion your way that has you moving from one city to another. Now, let me tell you something. For every woman who watches this video, when this man comes into your life, I need you to come back to this video and say, Cynthia, he's here. Ceminthia. That's how you spell my name. Because somebody say, how do I spell your name? That's how you spell my name. So go down in the comments. Cynthia, he's here. Cynthia, I met him. Oh my gosh, Cynthia, I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, Cynthia, we're gonna get married. Go ahead. I want to see it. I want this to be a testament so other women can be encouraged that may watch this video years from now. Okay. So be encouraged, be intentional, be purposeful, do what God is telling you to do. This may be a time that you are supposed to jump out of the boat and walk on water. This is a time where you have to demonstrate another level of courage and whatever God is calling you to do. He may call you to get on YouTube. This is not easy, y'all. It's not for the faint of heart. Okay, it is not for the faint of heart. Oh my gosh, I've seen people on YouTube thinking that this is not easy. Okay, this is not easy, right? So he may be calling you into the deep. He may be calling you to certain places. Do that. And as you become more purposeful, guess what? The days will be as mere minutes. There's a time and there's a season. If you align your life with God, what's going to happen is that your paths are going to cross. He's going to send that man into your life. So be encouraged. Also, I want you to challenge your mindset. I was talking to someone the other day. They were like, if God sent a man in my life, I'll be so concerned because I'm so hyper independent. And, the man God sends in your life is not going to be turned off by you being hyper independent. He's going to understand, because of the world we lived in, that there are many things that you had to do on your own. If you have a negative thought in your mind, if God were to send my husband this or this or this, work on it now, focus on it now. But no, the man that God is sending in your life is equipped for your past, your present, and your future. He's not going to judge you about the things that happened in the past because he has a past. So whatever it is, he's going to be accepting of. He's not going to judge you for where you are in your present life because he himself has struggles. And whatever it is in the future, he's going to hold your hand and walk with you through that. Okay. I think we have to be encouraged because there's a lot of information out there that I've heard one woman recently say that marriage is fun. But there's many people who talk about marriage is holiness. And I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not. You got it. When you go get married, you go to the altar, you're dying to yourself. And it sounds very dreary. That's how it sounds. But I don't believe that's what God intended when he created marriage for us. He created it for it to be a safe space, a safe place for the two to be able to come one in order to fulfill God's mission in the earth, whatever that is within your marriage. You may marry a man who wants to be a mayor, who wants to be a senator. Are you okay? Okay, I see you. Okay, right? I see you, right? You may marry that man. You may marry that man, a man who wants to open franchises. You may marry that man, and maybe you are you're an attorney, and so you can do all the contracts, you can read all the stuff, whatever it is. But be encouraged. Don't let this relationship talk and these things in the street, on these internet streets, have you disencouraged? The word? I lost the word, right? Unencouraged, discouraged, not encouraged, right? That there's a relationship, that there's a man out there who's ready to be with you. And also don't feel, because there's a lot of gaslighting out. There's a lot of gaslighting. There's been gaslighting out for years. Don't think that you have to settle, that you have to negotiate your boundaries, that you have to shrink. You can be your full, authentic, confident self, and he's going to have the ability to love all of you. He's going to love and accept the totality of you. So I just came here to say that your love story is already written. Be excited. Be excited, but also be intentional during your season of singleness. This season, I told someone this the other day. I said, when God brings my husband to me, I want to grieve my single season. I want to have done everything and accomplished everything, but I also want to love my single season, which I do. I want to love it so much that I'm really like, I've always wanted this, but now it's, I want to be, I'm not going to be single no more. I want to grieve it. I want to live in my singleness in such a way that when I look back on it, I don't have any regrets about the things that I didn't do, the things I didn't accomplish. I don't want my single season be a time where I just sat back and waited versus being actionable. And let me say this before I go. Address loneliness if you are lonely, so you're not dating from a place of desperation. Because I think that's how a lot of us get tripped up, because we want relationship, and there's nothing wrong with wanting it. Nobody will ever tell you, wanting your business to be successful, that you being desperate in that. Stop being desperate and wanting to be a multimillionaire. No one will tell you that. So I'm not going to shame anyone for wanting a relationship. But don't allow loneliness to cause you to settle in your in relationships, okay? Or if you're looking for validation or you're looking for affirmation, you need to go ahead and do the work now. If you want to work with me, the link is in the description. So if you're like, Cynthia, I want you to coach me. I want you to help me walk through my single season with confidence and intentionality. I want to be purposeful during this time. You can click the link in my bio and you can schedule a one-on-one session. Also, I started a membership here on YouTube. I believe it's only $2.99 a month on the computer. If you do it from your cell phone, like an Apple device, it's $3.99. So you can also join the membership. I'm going to do more videos there. That'll be for members only. So you want to join the membership. So thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Cynthia, and this is Heal the New Sexy.